me to set up the whatever. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Again, this is Aquarian. Your host is Joy. Again, welcome to the kitchen. Best place of the house. Best place to be. You can't hungry. Your stomach will always fill. When you join the kitchen, welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome. This is one more time Aquarian at the Life Kitchen, where all the good things happen. Yes, different things happen. Thank you and welcome. And as you came in, could you kindly touch the thumbs up button? I welcome that. Thank you very much for doing so. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Welcome again to the kitchen, the place where your appetite being whet. Hi, John. I what is that? Firecracker? You can give me sugar anytime. What kind of sugar, John? What is your point? What is my point? What are you talking about? I am doing cream potato with steamed Callaoo this afternoon. I'm not very long getting, so I am doing something very simple, tasty, and delicious. Yes, John. So I don't know when you're saying what is my point. I don't know. How was your weekend? Was your weekend good? Did you have an enjoyable weekend? I do. I was giving my service. So I do. I'm just trying to get something out of the refrigerator. Yeah. How was your weekend? Timber, I don't know if you're saying something that I understand. I know timber to maybe be something different from what you were talking about. You are a timber. What is that? Before I answer the wrong thing, I rather to ask question. A person is ignorant and stupid to the thing that they don't know for a minute until they ask and be made knowledgeable of it. Okay? So of course, it is cream potato. The potato is already cooked. And yes, the potato is already cooked. So what did you have for your dinner yesterday? How did you spend your time yesterday? Could you please touch the thumbs up button? I appreciate that very much. Welcome and thank you for coming in. Could you kindly touch the thumbs up button? What I am doing right now, I am doing some diced carrots. I don't like to use the carrots that are in the can or the bag. I give some time to do these things myself. Not eating the person who like to use them, but I like doing it myself. I love to do my diced carrots. Most likely I'll do it before I cook, but at this time I cook it. I steam it before I actually did it. You know, I'm the kitchen guru, so I love to prepare my things from scratch. I use less of the canned things. I use less of the things that people does, you know. So I rather to do them myself. Good. Yes. How was the weekend? Was the weekend good for you all? Mine was full of activity. Yeah. So, mines are keeping my muscles in place. Woo, woo, woo. Ease off if I'm going to do boxing, you know. Yeah. Stuff like that. Okay, as I said, I am going to be doing this very quick, very fast, very tasty. Woo. So I use my potato crusher and crush these nice potatoes. And guess what? I like to use the red potatoes. They are harder. For some reason, I love the taste of the red potatoes than the yellow potato. I like to use these most, especially when I'm doing certain things. These are harder. Yeah. Good. So I love to use the red potatoes for certain things. I do the red potatoes. So now I am creaming this potato here. And I'm going to roast pepper. So you use the roast pepper. And of course I'm doing a shortcut thing. I'll be doing something in a very shortcut. That is my pepper. I'm going to troops over the fire and I'm right on the other side. I'll soon be with you. I soon put you to see me. I am coming to you. I am right here. I am right here. I'm going nowhere. I am right here on the other side of the kitchen. I am trying to do how much of you eat or know sweet potato pudding? How much of you? I am trying to do a sweet potato pudding, but I want to do it the old time way, the authentic way that it used to be done. Not in the kitchen, not on a stove in the oven. I want to do it on the outside, on your coal. You put the cover over it, put your fire on top, and you get your pudding going. I want to do that sometime this week. And then you will be on the live and you will see. So you grate the potato. Yes. And we add your coconut juice and stuff like that. No? Through my studies, they have said you're not to eat tomato. It's not that you're not to eat tomato. They said the skin of the tomato bore holes in your gut. It's like the fiber. The fiber is good, but the fiber is damaging as well. When I was growing up, what they do to the tomato. Sorry, I'm not sure. Good. What they do to the tomato is to strip it. These days, you haven't seen persons strip the tomato. And then on the medical term, it is coming down that the tomato, so they said it is not good. Yet, tomato is good for the people who suffer with prostate. It is good for prostate. Okay, because of its nutrient that it having, its healing property that works for that. When I was growing up, what they did is to put the tomato in some hot water. They drop the tomato in the hot water like that. And they would swirl it around or just let it sit there for a few seconds. Took it out. And then they strip it. This is what happened. So when they said it punctures hole in your gut, this is what should have removed. But because everything is going fast like that, nobody is doing this again. I didn't know why they do it. So let me strip it in front of all of you. Let me strip it in front of the world. This is what they do. Growing up, they would never eat tomato with this on the silver skin here on it. They would never cut the tomato with the silver skin on it. Never. Never served this way. But as time goes by, this is what happened. So they would peel it off like that. And then they slice the tomato. And then now, all of the findings of doing certain things, they found out that they are things that that punctures hole in the gut, just like wheat. Yeah. And they said the skin of this, because it's actually like it don't digest. It let me put it a simpler way. It's not that it don't go in the mill. So this one is not milled out. This came in like the styrofoam that has been littered around the world on the land, and the styrofoam do not disintegrated. So to the stomach, this is what it do not disintegrated. So what it do, it punctures holes into, and then you came down with a diagnosis, what they call it again, anyhow, and they will say like, slowly leaking on the inside. But we wonder because first time persons, honestly, never, don't big or small of the tomato, they would strip that skin off. Of course, I am going to be using mayonnaise in this one. It's not a lot, so it won't be. So I had in my mayonnaise. You use olive oil. You put a small amount of olive oil. You use if you use sesame oil, you can have a drop of it with it. So this is what I am doing. Someone is saying, oh, but that's easy to do. Oh, sure. It is easy. What do you put in? My doors are not a soft shut door, so you will hear that clang noise. Would you kindly give me some likes? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was not on, I was on the other night. So there is a every other weekend I have a private thing that I do. Well, not private actually, but it's a part-time where I give my service to somebody else. So like every other night, every other weekend, I should say. So when you don't see me on the live, and sometimes I try to go live, sometimes I can't go live. All right. So this is your potato, and this is the mixture of your potato. Now some people do potato and they boil the egg and they cut your egg in. I will do that, yeah, but I don't like cream potato at all times with eggs. For me, egg is a sometime thing. Yes. IJ, wow, haven't seen you in a while. What happened to you? Get your plate and come right over here. Let me plate you out. This is a carrot that I'm putting in. Unfortunately, I didn't have any corn to put in, so loosen up one more top button. Who said that? Jay, it's not you said it. Not you. Not at all. Not you. You are not coming here to make me laugh today. No, no, no. Jay did not write that at all. It's not you, it's somebody else. Not you, not you, not you at all. It won't stay closed. It won't stay closed each time when I button. So maybe you may surprise if one time you came on and you saw me in the kitchen 3/4 naked. I wouldn't do that. Don't follow me. I wouldn't do that. Unless you were coming on to really make a joke with me. And this is my pea. This is my green peas that I put in. Yes. This is the green peas. So this is what I am looking like here. I'm going to put a little Jay, they hold you for that message? I'm going to put a little credit. Cheddar cheese in it. Not a lot. I love spice and herb. Okay, say hi to Jim for me. Let Jim know that he is to make sure those muscles are well built and strong. It's a long time I haven't gone to look for that guy. Can't find the time to go to gym. Yes, it is delicious. And that was a little of oregano I put there. And I stir in, fold over, and yes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to mold it. I want it to look very decent on the plate. So I am molding this little guy here. I'm gonna lay you down on a bed of roses. On a bed of roses. Same food, different presentation. Because what? You eat with your eyes. Is that Cecile or Cecil, something about that? When you walk into a restaurant or any place of food, they make sure that the food looks presentable, all when it don't taste good. But guess what? Because you eat with your eyes first, you just walk in and you look at it and you say, wow, that looks good. So it must taste good. Okay? So that's the reason why when you walk into a food place, you will look at the food and you said, wow, it looks so good. Meaning it tastes good. And I'm going to put some on the plate for you. I'm shifting everything out of the way right now. And I'm going to plate this one. I'm gonna lay you down on a bed of roses. Come on. Do what you have to do, please. Just get out nicely. The potato, rice, get out of it. When you mold the rice, my hands are slippery. My hands are slippery. Let me give it some here inside. Yes. Good. Yes, this is all it needed, was some here to go on the inside. And so I am plating this one now. Please stay where I want you. Okay. Okay. Did I say Callaoo? Yes, I said that. Did we say let us put a slice of tomato to it? Let's do it. So you do your potato, you mold it. And you're going to use these red guys here to really put some light to it. And this is called the Aquarian Cream Potato. Is that nice? What more should I put? I don't want any more green because you have green there, you have green over here, which is the Callaoo. So you just have the red to complement it. So you don't need any more green. But that is a packed meal. Quick and easy. You're thinking what to do? Wow. What must I do? What must I do? Should I send and order something from the restaurant? Oh, you can look around, and if you have potato, and of course I have just baked this potato, this pepper. So what we do, we drop some around it. It is baked, nice to chew on. Yeah. And if we want to be creative, we just make some roses and put it on. That's the baked potato, the baked pepper. So you just bake the pepper. So tell me now, you have all that you need on this plate right here. One go, you have all you need with your food from this plate. You have pea, yeah, the green peas. You have carrots. You have the potato. You have the callaoo. We have the tomato. And last, not least, the roasted sweet pepper. The only thing you needed. It's either a glass cool water, or you can have a glass of wine, and I can serve you that. And you are good to go. Dinner being served, or our lunch being served. Good. Somebody want to take the picture of it? Go straight ahead and do it. Right? So this is what your quick meals look like. Yeah. When you're eating food, when you're preparing food, ensure that the food you are preparing to have or to serve, it add in the nutrients that your body needed. And the mayonnaise, and some sesame seed oil is with it. A drop of sesame seed oil. I don't consider the mayonnaise to be so I just use it for taste and flavor. Oh, and how could I forget? Cheese is with it. How could I forget that? So you have cheese in it. You have your pea, you have your carrots, you have the pepper. How can I forget that? Okay? So, when you are looking after food, it's not just food for a stomach full or satisfying, but if you are eating a crackers, make sure that you are getting something. Your body are getting something from it. Ensure your body is getting something. Okay? It's not a matter of fact you just look at the food and it look nice and did it up. Because what? Your body is fueled by food. Persons are saying you are not to eat any carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a fuel for your body, for your muscles, and for your brain. Yeah. So in this, it's a low carb. It's low carb because Irish potato do not carry high carbs. It carries low carbs. At least you do not have empty calories here. You get something from everything that is on this plate. When you are finished, you are filled. Okay? Yes. When you're through, you're a filled person. I always been giving tips and things on from the kitchen, because some persons just look at some things and they decided to cook and they decided to say, okay, you went out and you saw this and you eat. It's all well and good. All well and good for you to eat, right? But ensure what you are eating. And so that pity I don't have any ripe no ripe avocado. If not, I would drop a piece on the plate. So you eat a little of this, a little of that, a little of that, and you have a clean, good drink of water. And if you want some beer, you have it. And if you want some wine, you have it. And just what you want, you know? You got some red wine, and you have some red wine. I love to deal with food. I love food. I love food. Sometimes I don't have the amount of time to put in to prepare certain things. But I am getting there. I am going to be doing it. And I did ask, who like sweet potato pudding? One of the day in the week I am going to run a sweet potato pudding. But I want it to be like it used to be then, when I was growing up. Not afterward I get a big girl and, you know, you're doing the big girl things. You fix and you pop it into the oven beside you and da-da-da-do. No, I want it to be done on the fire outside. After you're eating pudding. So one of the day of the week I'll be doing sweet potato pudding. You will be right there to see, because I am going to be popping the live in, doing it outside. The other day, if you saw where I was making some fire, the guys, if you saw it from the beginning, they were there and they decided to cook. You have from Venezuela, you have from, how much of them? But they tell where they are from. So it's on the boardwalk at Parkway Boardwalk. So you have a part there that you can go and have your party. You have things set up. You have the grill. You have your anything you want to do. Your tables, sitting capacity is there and things. So persons go there and they feel like let us have a cookout, and they have a cookout. So where I was there talking to somebody, and they were there, they're trying to break the wood, stomp on it. So I said I should video them. It's just nice to see how they're trying to break the wood. So I start videoing them. And of course, I was led to walk over to them. And they're setting up their fire on their thing. And I'm there looking and I'm seeing nothing like smoke coming from the fireplace. So I said, so where's the fire? They said, so the fire under there. I see a tiny amount of smoke coming up, not pushing out, until I saw no more smoke. I realized they were, struggling to build this fire. So I just went over to my friend and said, you have any plastic here? And she said, yeah, she gave me a little plastic bag. And I went over, man, and I get some leaves and dry leaves on the ground, and it struck fire. And there goes the fire, because they were doing their thing. It was joy, but I couldn't have stayed with them until they were through. So it's nice when you can, kindle some fire on the outside and you cook on the outside. You're just showing what used to be done then. And when you have people went to the riverside, first time persons going to the river to wash, and they go with their big, you call it washing pan, on their head with their clothing, and they actually took their pot and they would kindle the fire and put on the pot, find something to put in that pot, and then they are preparing food to eat while they are there washing the dirty garments. So it's nice sometimes to, have the outside thing going and just, the cool air, breeze blowing, and you're there just enjoying nature, enjoying the naturality of life. Just leave these gadgets, all of these electrical gadgets, and just go out there in the natural world, do the natural things. Yes. So we kindle the fire and guys go, yeah. And of course we go. And you roast all the fish, roast it on the open coal out there. Sometimes there's too much sophisticated things. We need to unwind ourselves and get into the real thing of life. You know why? Sometimes you might happen to be going in the jungle. You might happen to be going places, and there is no electrical gadgets that you can take with you. You gotta depend on nature. You gotta depend on the real things of life. You understand? For instance, if you're going on a hiking or something like that, and let's say you have a grapefruit and you have eggs, you can cook that egg in the grapefruit. Yeah. You have to learn everything actually in life, because you may not know where you might find yourself sometimes. Sometimes we are ripped from our comfort zone and we are out there. What if you're on a trail and you're hungry? What are you going to do? Hmm? You have to learn to improvise. Learn to put the sticks together and strike up a fire and start your cooking. You can even cook in leaves. You have the big cocoa leaves and things like this. Or you don't have to cook. You can roast. In these times and those times, you depend on roasting. So everything would be roasting. You're roasting the yam except the rice. I think the rice should be able to roast, but we have to test that one out and see what happens. So you would be depending on roasting. The Irish that we boil now wouldn't be boiling it. We roast it. Yam, yeah. The meat, of course, over the fire. Just like how you do kebab. And then you hit. There was one time some years ago now, because when it happened, that young man was I think he was 13 years old. I think so. And he used the sun, which is the solar. And right now you have some solar boxes that you can cook outside. I don't think it will work for these countries, because unless you take it into, when the sun is real hot. But from the sunny country that I am coming from, it's sunny all year round. So you can use the solar to do that. And he was trapped out on the sea. He went out, I think it was with his father, but he went out with other persons. And the boat capsized. And as a little young man, he used to water, so he knew how to actually get around. And he was out in the depth of the sea. And he managed to get out from under the boat and swim around and actually climb and sat on the boat. That was how it goes. No, he turned. The boat turned over. And he went back inside the boat, and at the, they call that the bow or the stern of the boat, something about that. He was there. And he was out on the sea all day, all night, day 1, day 2, day 3. And when they were interviewing him, they asked, how did you survive? Rain was out there and water catch into the vessels that they had out there. And he drank that water. And he started throwing out his line. And he caught fish. And he roasted the fish in the sun. And that was how he survived. Until, the alarm was raised that the missing persons who went to sea and no one saw them came back, and the search begins. And they found him in the boat all by himself. And he ate roast fish by the sun and drank rainwater. So you never know what can happen. You have to look for survival tactics. We may say we live in the city, and so sometimes something do happen. Or you decided to take a hike somewhere. And when you took the hike, maybe all you have to eat is berries. You'll have berry in the woods. So you will have to pick and eat from the trees. You can't even make fire. So we always have to make sure we condition our mind We put ourselves into a position that if you should caught in that position, you will know exactly how to get out of it. When we were going to school and they took us on hiking, you know, each person used to walk with grapefruit, and we walk with grapefruit and eggs, and they show us, oh, you can cook your egg in the grapefruit. So you just took off the top of the grapefruit, having it, you know, like a container, and you press down on the pulse of the grapefruit, press in it far enough to accommodate the egg, and they kindle a fire and put that grapefruit over the fire. And you're surprised to see that grapefruit juice boiling up. When they're through, eggs cook and persons can eat. So we have to practice survival tactics. That if you're caught in a position, you won't die of hunger. You can do something to help yourself and to help others as they go. Okay? So these are the things, you know, as I always said, the kitchen, the kitchen, the kitchen. Familiarize yourself with your kitchen, man. Get familiar with the kitchen. Don't matter what or how, be familiar with the kitchen. Because this is where your strength came from. This is how you fuel up your body. Understand? So there are so many things. Persons learn to bake, then round up this little the flour, put it on here, and it is called dumpling. It is called bread. You know? And persons those days who uses like the wood fire and things, they love it. They don't give themselves no trouble whatsoever. They're all about their daily life and what they can do for other persons. Just a moment. You're coming from school, man. How is school today? School is good. You met new friends. What? Change your school and you met new friends. That's so good. What's the name of your teacher? Miss Ostra. Hell class. Okay. Oh, school guys, they're coming home now. Yeah. Or day at school, so they're coming in, rolling in with their hungry stomach. Yes, so we have to do things in order, you know, love to be on the outside and try things. You'll never know. You will never know. Sometimes you left to another country, you know, there are things you can do. So familiarize yourself with, you know, other things. And so, yeah. And make sure when you're cooking, make sure when you're cooking, your food having nutrients that you needed. If it's even a small amount of it, you get the nutrients that you needed. Right? Cooking is an art. Cooking You're surprised to know. Yeah. So, thank you for being here with me. I'm going to rush and leave you now. And we'll meet up in the kitchen again because we always want food to eat. We always want to see other things. We always want to, have an experience and say, well, then, okay, I didn't know I could do it that way. But you find a way how you can do it. And as I said, the kitchen is a mathematical class. It's a mathematical school. You can take away, you can add, you can subtract, you can divide. So I show you this and something quickly come to your mind. Wow, I could use this. I could add this. Yes, this is how it goes, right? This is how it goes. So, yeah, this is what it looks like. Ready to eat. And because I'm chatting, I have not tasted for you to see it. Okay, this is a spoon. No problem in digging in. So you dig in. Delicious. Delicious. Healthy and delicious. This is your color. So yes, I will have to cut my live now until this afternoon. I'll come back. Join me. Please like up the live. You share out the information. Yeah. So meet you this evening at about 8:30. Who is going to be up that time? Yeah. And we will have other discussion. Okay? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if there's any new subscriber, I welcome you to be here and to stay. Okay? Either you go other places, but you always come over to see what is happening. Thank you very much. And if you have not subscribed yet, I'm asking you to subscribe. Please like, share the live, share out the live. I thank you. This is Joy. This is Aquarian channel. Now tuning out from the kitchen. The best place to be. Bye.